We'll recite the refuge and bodhicitta verse, then followed by the Day1 mantra 3 times, and then we'll start the class. Okay, page 4. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations through practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations through practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations through practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Sanje joda zoge jonamlo chanju bardo dani gyapsu che dage chinso kebe sonam Polo benjir sanje du barajo sanje joda soge chonamlo chanju bardo dani gyapsu dage chinso kebe sonam ge dola benjir sanje du barajo Sanje joda zoge jonamla chanju pardo dane gyapsu che dage chinso Dola benjir sanje dubare sho. Okay, next page number 6. Page number 6, Ye Dharma mantra. And as you recite this mantra, those of us who are missing this morning, you can listen to the recordings of this, the morning session. Morning session recordings should be available from our Tibet House IT staff, Mr. Tinziramela. You can get the recording from him and listen to the meaning of this mantra which we explained this morning. And whenever we recite the mantras, if you can reflect on meanings, the benefit would be really more. Okay, 3 times together. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum te sham dathagato hyavatat te sham chayo nirodha Eva bhati mahashramanaye swaha Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum te sham dathagato hyavatat te sham chayo nirodha Evam bhati mahashramanaye swaha Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum te sham dathagato yavatan te sham chayo nirodha eva Sharamanaye swaha. The meaning of the mantra. All phenomena arise from causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata. The cessation causes as well is taught by the great seer. Page 31. The Heart Sutra mantra. Deata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhi Swaha Dhyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhi Swaha Dhyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhisvaha Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhisvaha. Okay. This retreat is primarily for cultivating the wisdom and the unconditional love of Bodhicitta, the two things. And the reason why we do that is given that many of us here, we are all on the meeting. In fact, I seeing some of you from many years ago. Otherwise, many of you are for the first time I'm meeting you, and including my Tibetan friends here, except for Pema Srinla here. The rest I'm meeting for the first time. And so let us begin from a clean slate. Clean slate meaning start from the beginning. And they say, what have you learned before? From philosophy, from science, from what is that? The moral values that you have learned before. Don't forget them. Keep them there. But here we start fresh. That let us not let other things that we've learned before to influence what we're doing here. You're getting it? We learn afresh. And then later on, you can then correlate with what we have learned here, with what we've learned before. From other experiences, you can correlate. That you can do later on, not now. At the moment, let us keep this very clean, meaning that we start fresh. Okay. And naturally, the question is, what is your aspiration in your life? From there we begin. What is your aspiration in your life? And say, you have something deep inside. You may not be aware what you're looking for, but those which are more the immediate, imminent, I'd like to have a good time. And I learned that Thosamling is a very peaceful place. I like to have a good time here, to take a short break from my life. And some of you may come here for, there's a Bodhicitta retreat here. And so, otherwise, what is your long-term and the aspiration, goal? This is something that we need to think of. In other words, what is the meaning of life? This question, what's the meaning of life? And when we learn these things, let us not force ourselves. Let us not force ourselves to channelize in a particular system, despite your despite your mental despite mentally you are not so keen on that, then forcing yourself. Let's never do that. So there are two things of doing it. One, forcing. Another one is know the facts, see the benefit, and see the demerits of not doing it, see the benefits of doing that, and then I want this. So therefore, there's every reason that we have a brilliant intelligence. Once you know these things, then our drive will be in line with rationally what you have understood. So what we're doing here is we're trying to learn the rationales behind the compassion, behind the wisdom. This is what we're learning here. And once you do that, then you don't need anybody to force you. It'll happen more naturally. Natural flow will happen to you. And then you will, say for example, they are, say the Venerable Samala, I know for many years, since earliest, I think 2007 or maybe 2005, I think. Yes. So so this we see that there are some of you who are really into this system for a long time, and yeah, the girl there, she's struggling to see me, and the pillar stopped her, blocked her. Or you want to sit here, you want to sit there, whatever you like. Yeah, sit here. Come here, come here. Okay. So this is the our plan to learn and then flow, not force yourself to flow. Okay. For this, the question that we began with is, what is the purpose of life? What's the meaning of life? Or what is your aspiration? And so you may have some aspiration like okay, good life, good family, good job. Yes, these are part of your aspiration. And is there something bigger? This is the point. And it was 2019 that I was in Israel. How many from Israel? Raise hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I was in Israel 2019, and for two reasons. One is for Dharma Friends of Israel, where now Ben is the spiritual program coordinator of the program. And how many know Dharma Friends of Israel? Raise hands. Okay, what about the Israelis? Non-Israelis, yes, they know about it. What are the Israelis? Okay, if you don't know, contact Ben. You're getting it? You must contact Ben. And he's a neuroscientist himself. He's a neuroscientist. Raise your hand. Yes, he's a neuroscientist doing PhD in neuroscience. And meanwhile, also helping the Dharma Friends of Israel. Okay, when I first met him, even he did not know Dharma Friends of Israel. Right? I told him that something is there. So he became associated. Now he is helping the center. Okay. There I met a physicist. He's my friend, meaning that I know him through his wife. And he's very bright, extremely bright. And his wife, has been Buddhist for so long. And the year before I went to their house, the wife was insisting, the DFI director then, that they be allowed to host me in their house. And the director also wanted to host me himself, so he had the upper hand. And it not happened that year. And she was a little upset. Then the next year, again she was insisting, and the director somehow again made it happen to his own house. And so he was kind enough to let them meet them for one day. And she was so excited with her husband. And it was after many days of the teaching tour, Israel, right, north to south, and the long drive. And I was so exhausted. And I ended up in her house, and she instantly started to have the welcome snacks, tea. And instantly she started with the very heavy talk, right? Heavy talk on rebirth. And I said that I'm not going to talk on this. I'm very tired. So for this talk, I require a lot of energy. And I'm already tired. I'm not going to talk on this. Then after that, after a few hours, evening meal. On the dining table, Again she started to talk. Then I said, I'm tired. And then she became so desperate because the next morning I'm leaving. She became so desperate, and she pointed to her husband, saying that he's the one who doesn't believe in rebirth. So she's so keen that her husband should should study, practice what she's doing. And she could not persuade him because he's a scientist, he's a physicist, he's a brilliant mind. She should have enough intelligence to convince her husband. She could not, all these many years. And then I realized why she was insisting to, insisting to bring me to her house. I realized that. Okay. Then I was staring at him, and the physicist was staring at me like this. Two of us staring at each other. And then I started the conversation. So in other words, what's the meaning of life? Then I said that I could really empathize with the wife because that, she's so keen. And I would say that, generally speaking, the physicists, they're very open-minded, logical thinking, and until they're intelligent, till they're convinced, nobody can force them. They're very intelligent. Then I told him, the physicist gentleman, that so you have a gifted intelligence. And this intelligence, if you use just for filling your stomach, that is, for living, just for this living, anybody does it. Anybody does it. So which means that your brilliance does not have any special role in making you special. So this brilliant mind means to think beyond what ordinary people can think. For example, getting food, and the leading a what so-called comfortable life. This is something even ordinary people can do that. It does not require physics brain. Physics brain means that you should be able to think something beyond what ordinary people think. So what is that beyond? For example, like whether or not there's rebirth. Whether or not there's rebirth. These are very important topics. And you should use your brilliant intelligence for these topics. And then I told him that even to explore that or not, that what's the point? It's not that I have to touch every topic, but there's some topics which you are not exploring, and if it happened to be true, it can have your whole life can change. And how the rebirth plays a very important role is that how we behave. For example, small children. Each one of us, when we are a small child, age 5, 6, 7, 8, we do not want to go to school. We do not want to go to school. But the parents somehow persuade us to go to school. Right? And because you cannot see what is beyond 10 years. You as a 5-year-old girl or 5-year-old boy, you cannot see what is after 10 years. What is after 20 years for you. But your parents can see that. So parents, they don't want to see you suffering after 10 years. They don't want to see you suffering after 20 years. Because of which the parents are so, they're very particular that you go to school. Although you want to keep playing, not going to school, but the parents will make you go to school because they see beyond what you can see. Likewise, ordinary people, they see something. And the brilliant people, they see beyond. So, say for example, small children, they see only like today and tomorrow. Parents can see what after 5 years, what after 10 years. So we are all like small children who can see only this life. And some people, they can see beyond. So before we blindly believe in something beyond this life, the first question is whether or not such a thing exists. If it exists, if you're going to know that it exists, then you have to prepare. Because once you know that there is, so okay, I'm just 5 years old boy, I'm just 5 years old girl, after 10 years, after 20 years, there is something there. If you know that, then you will plan accordingly. You don't see that, your parents see that. Because of this, the parents are planning for you. They invest money for your future education, for your future. When you grow old, you need a house, they deposit some money in the bank for you, for your future, because they can see the future. You cannot see the future. You're getting it? So likewise, they say to see whether or not there's a future there, what's beyond this life. Before you actually embark on this journey, you have to analyze if it does exist. This is the first thing. Once you come to know that it does exist, then don't waste your time. Don't waste your time just engrossed in this life. Go beyond. You're getting it? Two works. Number one, analyze if there's something beyond this life. Right? And once you know it, then the next is embark on this. Prepare for the next life. This is so important. Okay. So the wise people's approach is to engage in these two things. One, to analyze whether or not there's a rebirth, and if yes, then embark with this journey, preparing for this journey ahead for the next life. Okay, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, 2008, when His Holiness was giving public address in Delhi, at the end of the talk, during the questions session, there was one young girl who asked a question during the question session. What is the meaning of life? What is the meaning of life? This is what His Holiness was asked. Then His Holiness, without any second thought, he said, we live on hope. Every day we live in hope. The moment you get up, we live in hope. I hope something good happens. How many agree with me, raise hands? We live in hope, number one. Number two, His Holiness says, we hope for happiness. We don't hope for suffering. You getting it? We hope for happiness. So therefore, what's the meaning of life? To look for a genuine happiness is the meaning of life. To look for a genuine happiness. Okay. So this, what His Holiness said, we can put it in, say, in the form of two lines. One, be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Number two, be wisely kind to yourself. The two statements, let's not forget it. This is day one of our the coming together in Thosamling 2023. Right? So remember this. Be kind to yourself and be wisely kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Most of you will understand it. Which means give benefit to yourself. Give happiness to yourself. Right? And then how to give happiness, right? Say 20 years from now, which is 2043. 2043 or 20, let's say, let's 2043. Or let's say 2033, 10 years from now. 2033, 10 years from now, they say you are leading a very miserable life. And suddenly you remember, 10 years ago in a place called something, right? There was a teacher came, his name is something, Geshe something, right? And he said something, be kind to yourself. Oh, look, I'm miserable now. I must be kind to myself. I must give happiness to myself. Okay, what happiness? Then you go into the pubs, right? Oh, I have to give myself a little bit of, to refresh myself. You go to the pubs, you start drinking, right? Start drinking. Okay, you remember the first line, but you forgot the second line. What's the second line? Be wisely kind to yourself. You're getting it? This is not a wise way of making yourself happy. This is not being wisely kind to yourself. Although you try to be kind to yourself, but this is not being wisely kind to yourself. What does it mean by be wisely kind to yourself? Say, being kind to yourself, benefit, happiness, joys. We see that there are two things. One is the result. One is the cause. Say, result is very easy. Oh, I want happiness. That's very easy. I want to put effort towards happiness. This is difficult. I want to put effort in this happiness. This is difficult, right? Everybody, young people, they're all talking about the startup, right? A startup. Oh, look at Mark Zuckerberg, billionaire. He started, and then billionaire. And then how many starts up, they close down? We don't know. You're getting it? We don't know. They see the result, they don't think about the efforts. If you want to think of the efforts, what efforts are required? Ask Suna Omale here. Right? She started a startup, and all these many years she struggled. She is very successful. She and her friend Tenzin. You're getting it? You can contact her. Okay, so you will see how much effort is required. Effort means a cause. First one is a result. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself happiness, joys, and be happy. Second one says, happiness is not randomly coming to you. It doesn't come to you randomly. It must come from effort, the respective causes. Embrace the causes of happiness. Learn how to embrace the causes of happiness. You're getting it? We make mistakes in our life. Don't get bogged down. Don't feel demoralized by the mistakes that we made in our life, right? From the mistakes, you get up, you stand by knowing. Be kind to yourself. Be wisely kind to yourself. You're getting it? Be wisely kind to yourself. Okay, so remember these two lines. The first line is the result. We all aspire. And they be wisely kind to yourself. This is a call. They talk about the causes. They're talking about the causes. Okay, so on the be wisely kind to yourself. So genuine happiness, seeking genuine happiness. Genuine happiness, the result, and seeking. That's a causal factor. You're getting it? We have to embrace the correct causes for the genuine happiness. Okay, what is your next question? Always there should be a follow-up question, right? When I say something, there should be a follow-up question. What do you think? Any questions? Hear it, Pema? How what? How to be wisely kind to yourself. How to embrace the correct causes of happiness. You're getting it? How to shun the cause of the suffering and how to embrace the cause of the happiness. How? For that, we need to know what are the causes of happiness. To know what are the causes of happiness, we have to know the counter experience, miseries. What are the causes of the miseries? You're getting it? So, Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhava. The mantra we recited just now, which I explained this morning, the first session, the morning session. Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhava. All these phenomena, they don't arise randomly. They arise from the respective causes. And what are the causes? The causes are taught by the Tathagata. You getting it? You have to say, first you identify the miseries, then identify the cause of the miseries. Undo the cause of miseries, and the miseries will stop. Misery stops, your happiness increases. You're getting it? Miseries become zero like two scales. Scale of the misery goes down to zero, the scale of the happiness will go up to the maximum. Right? This is how our psyche works, how our mind works. Okay. So what is seek? Now from this, the clarity starts to come. What are you seeking? Anyone? Dewala? Happiness. What degree of happiness? Maximum happiness. How many agree with Dewala raise hands? Maximum happiness. And some of you may say that, I'm not really seeking maximum happiness. 80% happiness is good. 20% happiness, 20% suffering, if I have, then this helps me to identify, recognize the 80% happiness. Right? Recognize the 80% happiness as happiness. Otherwise, I'll not know what is happiness. So 20% suffering is required. If you belong to this category, I'll request Venerable Samala and Antizila to cut down the breakfast. 20% suffering, no breakfast, and then see whether they acknowledge it, right? If they don't acknowledge, what they said is not true. You're getting 10%. So, in theory, it's very easy. 20% suffering is required. But when you actually have it, you don't like it. You're getting it? We should be very realistic. So therefore, let us start from scratch. You're getting it? Let us be very realistic. So, if possible, as Tuhan said, we seek 100% happiness. What did I say? If possible. Let us not follow blindly. You getting it? And somebody said very nice things, something very creative, and then everybody, audience, wow. At the end of the day, nothing is there, right? You have nothing to take away. We should be very realistic. That what you learn, it makes sense to you, and there's something that you can take away with you at home. You getting it? Okay, with this, what I said is that, I said that 100% happiness. How to get it? I didn't say this. If possible, 100% happiness. Which sounds more sensible to you? If possible, they say, what do you want? I want 100% happiness. If possible, 100% happiness. Which sounds more realistic? Which one? I want 100% happiness. Or, if possible, I want 100% happiness. Which sounds more reasonable? If possible. You're getting it? We should be realistic. Why, if possible? We don't know if 100% happiness is possible. You're getting it? So this is how we should be extremely rational and extremely sensible to yourself, not deceiving yourself. Right? And some people will say that, oh, you have 100% happiness. It's within you, right? It's within you. Just say, oh, and it'll awaken. And you do it for 20 years. Meanwhile, you become older. You become older. For example, like I still remember when I was 70 years old, my hands, they were just exotic. It's amazing. So cute. No more cute. Right? Keep singing, oh, right? Buddha, like this for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Nothing happens. The same person. Right? It's just a propaganda by the person. And most likely the person even wants to make money out of this. Right? Don't be deceived. Don't be deceived. This is the point. So, the point is that if possible, meaning that begin with the possibility, or begin with the open mind that 100% happiness, is it possible in the first place? If you talk about this, is it possible? You're getting it? So this question, if yes, then how to acquire this? You're getting two steps. First, whether or not 100% happiness is possible. This question. Don't outrightly say, no, it's not possible. Don't outrightly say, yes, it is possible. Begin with the open mind. I don't know. I'm eager to listen to somebody who would say it's possible. It's not possible, I don't want to listen to it because this is how I live. Misery. No 100% happiness. I'm experiencing this already. I don't want to learn from somebody. But if there's somebody who can tell me that yes, it is possible, then I would ask the question, how is that possible? Right? How? If you explain well how it is possible, then I'll say how to plunge into this, how to go into this direction. Okay, so how is that possible? This is the next point. So for this, what we need to learn is, okay, so what I'm encouraging all of us here to do is that, whatever we learn, see if it makes sense to you. This is important. Okay, for this, first thing is stretch your two hands out. Stretch your two hands out. Okay, good. And do what I'm doing. Okay, what happened? What happened? Sound of a clap erupted out of this. So this sound of the clap is the metaphor for our miseries that we go through. And this misery, to which the metaphor is given as sound clap, this is because of the two hands coming together. You're getting it? Two hands coming together. What are two hands? The first, one hand is symbolic of the external factors, and the other hand is symbolic of the internal factors. Right? Okay. How many of you feel it's so unpleasant, unhappy to see rain, right? Heavy rain all the time, very unpleasant, reasons. Okay, here, yes, look at Samala, right? Okay, so some people where they don't get rain, for them the rain is a nectar. For some people they have so much rain, this is a problem. You getting it? This is a problem. So, rain is external factor or internal factor? External factor. And so one hand is the rain, external factor. And they say, oh no, again it rained, again it rained. When I say again it rained, pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling. Unpleasant feeling. Unpleasant feeling, that is the sound-clap. That sound-clap is because of the rain as external factor, and there's something internal factor coming together. You're getting it? Together, then the uneasiness, unpleasant feeling comes to you, which you don't want, right? When unpleasant feeling is there, happiness is not 100%, right? So happiness is compromised. Okay, so if you can make the suffering zero, then it is a platform for maximum happiness. Okay, for this, say if possible, some of you volunteer to explain, or not explain, just share with us some of your problems in life. By the way, how many of you had problems in your life? Have problems in your life? Raise hands. Let us be very honest. Okay, say, just help us or share with us some of your problems. What problems do you have? Let's be very honest. Quick. Some of you, raise hands, volunteer, very quick to save time. Yes. Okay, the truck broken twice last month, right? And it made you unhappy. Yeah. Inconvenience created. Okay, good. Anyone else? Yes.
Two directors and two other members of a really small team in our Dharma Center just quit all of the same week last month. And so I had all the work after that.
Say it again.
Two directors and two other team members all quit in the same week a couple months ago at our Dharma Center. So that leaves me with all the work.
Okay, so much work. If the work of 5 people all fell on one person. Yes, it's a huge problem. Anyone else? Maybe the last one? Yes, over there. The lady there. Sometimes? Kids don't listen to you. Okay, the kids don't listen to you. Okay, Nicola.
It's like we don't do it very easily.
Put on weight easily. Okay. Anyone else who likes to share? Anyone else? Okay, if not, do you see one thing in common with all the problems brought up, right? They're external or internal? They're all external. You're getting it? The truck broke down two times, and the workload just fell on me. 5 people, the 5 persons workload fell on me. These kids, not the kids, they're not listen to me. And I look at my body, is not putting it so quickly. Okay, so is all external. And let us see again. I'm reiterating this, that so some people, they said that you blame external. This is wrong. It's all internal. This is also wrong. We should be very realistic. You're getting it? We should be very realistic. Both hands are involved. External, internal, both are involved. For example, if your truck does not break down twice a month, at least once in a year is fine. But twice a month is disaster, right? And if the weight increases like 1 gram per month is okay. 10 grams per month is a disaster, right? Like the kids, once in 2 months make a little bit of complaint is fine. But every day make complaining and being naughty is too much. And then what? And then the workload, right? Okay, workload. Okay, once in a while, one day the person is off. So that work I have to do is okay. But suddenly two directors, two co-workers, they all quit together and then all work came to me, right? That's too much. Okay. So these are all reality. We have to acknowledge that these are realities. External factors do matter. You getting it? Let us not be too naive. Some people say that, no, 100% the enlightenment is within you. External factors, they don't matter. You blame external factors. This is wrong. Whoever said that, this is unrealistic. So if you listen to these talks, you go back to your room, you have nothing to take away. Again, your belly will say that I'm hungry. Again, your body will say, I'm feeling cold, I'm feeling hot, right? I'm feeling sick. These are the realities. So we should be very realistic, which means that we should take care of the external factors. So we need two plans, immediate plan and long-term plan. You're getting it? For small children, the parents have to make sure that they are well fed, right? Meanwhile, the parents don't invest all the money on the food to be given to the child. Also invest some money for the PhD program of the child, future. Right? Two things should happen together. Long term, short term, both should be there. What's the long term? Long term is look for 100% happiness, zero suffering. This is long term. Short term, say the long term is what you finally want, but it will take time. So meanwhile, this journey should not be interrupted. Journey of the long-term plan, accomplishing long-term plan should not be interrupted. For this, there should be the smooth journey. For this, the immediate plan must be at work. Immediate. What's the immediate plan? That they say the hunger because of the food. I need good food. Okay, excessive rain, not good. But the laundry, they do not dry, right? So everything starts smelling, right? Okay, so I should take care of these. For example, say then your physical body, you need to have a little bit of exercise if there's a problem of the weight being put on, right? And so forth. So for external factors, we need to take care of the external factors. But if you are focused 100% on the external factors, not being concerned with the internal factors, the problem is that external factors, we blame external factors all the time, not internal factors. That problem is you will never be happy. Why? Because the problems are because of the two factors. And internal factors you are not ready to change. You're not even think about it. So internal factors are always there. And external factors, how many external factors are there? How many external factors are there? So for you have the 5 people who work better than you, right? And then the next director comes. You're so happy, right? And the next director is even more lazy. You getting it? Even more lazy, said that, okay, there's another center there, other center needs help. Hey, your name? Caroline. Carolini or Caroline? Carolina. Carolina, we have to do that. Please do that. Now, he's lazy. 5 people plus 6. You're getting it? He's getting more works for you. And he's a director. You said, please send me a director. So my work. Now the director came, you have to listen. Now he gave another work. You're getting it? So external factors, in the first place, how many external factors are there? Tell me. Hey, tell me. Infinite external factors there. By the way, how do you pronounce it, Laura? Infinite? Infinite. Infinite. Britishers? Infinite, infinite. Infinite. Okay. Infinite. What is it? Is this British? How? No, what is how infinite. Okay. So British, American, into something, both agree. But outside, I'm not too sure. Inside, agree, right? Okay, infinite. So we see the external factors, the infinite external factors are there, right? If you think of getting rid of all the external factors, this is unrealistic. You're getting it? Okay. Say that okay. Let's say that you're by yourself. You're by yourself, no friends. You will say, I'm lonely. Yes? Yes? I'm lonely. Okay. And if you're with other people, as you say, I have no privacy. You're getting it? And if you don't know what is loneliness, it's very easy. It's very easy. Go in isolation, or somebody else make you be isolated. Somehow, let somebody isolate you where you don't see human beings. Then you'll know what is loneliness. It's a acutely painful experience, loneliness. You're getting it? Acutely painful. Same when we grow older, we retire, and then they say you are just in your home all the time, right? Say that is either a big blessing or this can be a big curse. Because if you have these materials, what we are studying now, if you have these materials, you have no time to feel lonely. You have so much thing to do, and you see that you're growing day by day. No disturbance in your growth. Whereas in family, right, there's always disturbance there in the growth. You're getting it? Whereas if you don't have these materials, if you don't have these materials for your growth, the source of joy is cut. You're getting it? Say at least when you are at work, you are occupied and you say, I'm very busy, I don't get time for holiday. Actually, this is very strange. If you work, it keeps you occupied, you don't feel lonely. And you crave for holidays. When you holiday, complete holiday, you feel lonely. You're getting it? So, this is a problem. In other words, external factors, they're innumerable number, infinite number. We cannot get rid of all the infinite external factors. You're getting it? So the wise people, the wise people will look for internal factors of the two. External factors take utmost care. Take utmost care to make sure that external factors, they don't really affect you too much. We cannot stop them completely, but we can stop them greatly. You're getting it? So that try your best. For example, like say in some very rough neighborhood, don't say that external factors don't matter. And I go out in the night. These are very dangerous in a rough neighborhood, right? Don't go out. So if you say it's purely internal, finish. It's very naive to think like this. So therefore, we should be very realistic. You getting it? Meanwhile, keep in mind that external factors, we cannot get rid of them completely. So thinking of removing the external factors completely and then internal factors only, no sound. Sound of misery stops. It will never happen. You're getting it? So, but the wise people, what they do is the external factors, they try to cut down on the external factors the best they can. Meanwhile, the long-term plan is to get rid of the internal factors. Then the external factors, however strong it is, no sound. However turbulent external factors, no sound. The sound of the misery stops. What is your next question? Hey. What's the next question? Hey, say something. How do, your name? How to remove the internal factors. Okay. Your name again? Jacob. Okay, let's see. Jacob and the Kamalji, they bypass one question, right? So the first is, what are the internal factors? Once you identify them, how to get rid of them. You're going to have how to remove them. This is the second part. 2 questions. What are the internal factors and how to remove them? Okay. One is ignorance. Ignorance. One internal factor is ignorance. Number 1. Number 2 is a self-centered attitude. Number 2 is self-centered attitude. 1 is ignorance. These are the 2 internal factors. And before we go into detailed explanation of these, how to get rid of these and so forth, before this, I just like to give you a very quick understanding of, to get some sense that these 2 are indeed the causes of my problem. Internal factors. Ignorance. If you remember the example that I gave you about the Albert Einstein, or say you are asked to give a lecture to the 1,000 PhD students from all over the world. When did I say this? This morning. So here, let me say this again for those people who come here for the second session. Let's say that you are a physics, the professor in the university, and you are an average. Your scholarship is average. It's not like the outstanding the professor. And suddenly your vice chancellor tells you that you have to give a lecture to 1,000 PhD students from all over the world, PhD students in physics. And what is your response? You're happy, excited? Okay, raise hands those who were missing this morning. Raise hands. Raise hands those who were missing this morning. Okay. Particularly those of us who are missing this morning, you give an answer. My question is that if you are asked to give a lecture to 1,000 PhD students from all over the world in physics, what is your reaction? You are happy or nervous? Nervous. Okay, you are very nervous. Why? Because they are the future Nobel laureate in physics. These are sitting there. Yeah, they're exceptionally bright, right? They can put in problem with questions, very complicated questions. So you are nervous. Then you go to Albert Einstein and request him, please give a lecture on my behalf to these 1,000 PhD students. Do you think that Albert Einstein will be nervous? He will not be nervous, right? Because of his knowledge. What's the opposite of knowledge? What's the opposite of knowledge? Ignorance. You're getting it? So ignorance creates the nervousness. Ignorance creates the fear in us. So knowledge gets rid of the ignorance, gets rid of the fear, nervousness. So the ignorance is the cause of the problem. When the knowledge is there, you become confident, you become fearless. Okay. The next, what's the other factor that I identified as the internal factor? Self-centered attitude. Let me give you a quick example of this. Let's say that how many of you had the feeling of uneasiness going to school when you were a little boy or little girl? Uneasiness going to school. Again, school, other children, they will abuse me, conflict, competition, unhappy, resents. And I'm no exception. Okay, we're all same. Good. So the moment you come home, what's the reaction? Particularly school, whole 1 week without meeting your parents. And after 1 week, suddenly you end up in your parents' house. What's the feeling like? Is it so like immense joy? Every cell of your body relaxes. Right? Every cell of your body relaxes. You agree with me? Your mind could, can you imagine what's the feeling like? Can you just reactivate this feeling? Rekindle this feeling? That, right? Can you imagine this? Good. So why is that happening at home? Why is that happening? Because that you feel the mother's love, you feel the father's love, you feel the loving environment, you get an environmental love and affection. So because of this, your mind eases, it feels ease. ease. You getting it? Then what is the opposite of the ease? Unease, right? Dis-ease, unease. Unease is what we don't like. So, unease is because of lack of love. Lack of love. With love, the unease is gone. Ease comes. You getting it? So, don't wait for somebody else to love you. You getting it? You have to create the love inside yourself. You create it, and you become rich. You become the light of the love and affection. Wherever you go, everybody should make everybody feel comfortable with you. Right? Don't wait for somebody else to make comfortable. Right? So you create that, and then you see that where there's love and affection, genuine love and affection, that unease dissolves. So then where are you going to create this love and affection? Inside you or somebody else? Inside you. Why? Because this will help you to get rid of what? This love and affection within you helps you cultivate this. This helps you get rid of self-centered attitude. You getting it? Knowing that love and affection creates the ease. Opposite force of the love and affection is the self-centered attitude that creates the unease. You getting it? So from these two simple examples, we come to know that these are the two demons inside. Ignorance and self-centered attitude. These are two demons inside us, and these are two internal factors. As long as these two internal factors are there, how many of you, once in a while, you have thought that, oh, life is so complicated, complicated home, complicated workplace, everywhere is very complicated. Go to the airport, there's a problem. Go to train station, there's a problem. Metro, there's a problem. Right? Husband problem, wife problem, children problem, parents problem, everywhere is problem. I want to leave everything and go to Himalaya. Resents? Once in a while we thought like this, resents? Okay, right? Okay, so there, yes, you can leave everything. You go to Himalaya. When you go to Himalaya, don't take airplane, right? Walking. When you walk, your two demons inside will also come with you. You're getting it? Your two demons will come with you. In fact, there was one, don't forget these two anecdotes. This is a very important anecdote. There's one, it happened like hundreds of years ago in Tibet. How many of you heard about Jesu Milarepa? Raise hands. Jesu Milarepa. Professor William, you never heard about Jesu Milarepa. You must ask Laura. What is Jesu Milarepa? He was revered as, respected as the one person who became fully enlightened, who became Buddha within a single lifetime in Tibet. He's one of the most prominent figures who became enlightened within a single lifetime. And his life story is very interesting. It's so interesting. And he gave up everything. He studied, reflected and meditated into the Himalayas, and he became enlightened. His biography is extremely inspiring. You must read his biography. It's available in English. And after many hundreds of years, one businessman, very successful businessman, happened to get hold of his biography. He read it and he was so inspired, right? He became enlightened within a single lifetime. Also became enlightened within a single lifetime. So what did he do? He gave up everything. So I should also give up everything. He gave up everything, all his properties, everything he distributed to different. Then he left for the Himalaya. Right? So, and what was he doing in the Himalaya? He was meditating. What is meditation? Sit like this. So he sat like this. Okay, day one. Then he started to feel hungry. Usually he has so many servants. No servants, no food coming. And then in the night, Himalaya is very cold. Feeling cold? No cozy blankets. Right? He started to feel cold. Okay, never mind. I'm going to become enlightened. Then the next day, same. Then he realized that pain of cold, they are so acute. And then nothing, enlightenment is coming. Right? Then by the third day, he became so angry and started to curse Jesu Milarepa. Saying he was a beggar and he made me another beggar. Now he cannot go back. right? He's already distributed the properties. He cannot go back, right? So now he's literally become a beggar. Srila Milarepa, physically he was a beggar, but mentally he's so rich. But he was mentally beggar, physically beggar, right? Okay, so this is what we need to remember. Okay, why did I share this? Okay, so what is meant? Going to Himalaya. Going to Himalaya, your self-centered attitude, self-grasping, this will also come with you, right? You may leave your house, you may leave your good food, good house, good cars, everything, but you cannot leave the self-grasping and self-centered attitude there. These two will come with you. Where these two are there, every way is problem. Himalaya is a problem. You don't get food. Himalaya is a problem. There's no cozy room. There's no cozy blanket. You're getting it? Wherever in the world, there's a problem. Palace is a problem. Right? And the homelessness is a problem. Palace is a problem. No power is a problem. With the utmost power is also a problem. Everywhere you have a problem. You're getting it? With boyfriend, girlfriend is a problem. Without is a problem. Everything is a problem if you have these two internal demons. You're getting it? So, the wise people will look for the two internal demons and will put effort to eliminate them, while at the same time making sure to take care of the external factors. Minimize the external factors. You cannot get rid of the external factors completely, but minimize the external factors. Work to get rid of the internal factors completely. This is your job. Okay. Next. Say, in your one hand you have a handful of sand. In the other hand you have a handful of sunflower seeds. If you squeeze both of them, from which of the two oil will come out? Sunflower seeds. How many agree with lower resistance? Sand, you squeeze it, no matter how much you squeeze, no oil comes out. How many of you agree with lower resistance? Good. Okay, tell me why. Why squeezing a handful of sand the oil does not come out? Why squeezing sunflower seeds, oil does come out? Why? Quick, someone. Quick, why? Quick. The handful of sunflower, your name? Rashmi. Okay, Rashmi is saying that handful of sunflower seeds has a potential for oil in it. Sand doesn't have a potential for oil. So therefore, no matter how much you squeeze, oil doesn't come out. Okay, how many agree with the Rashmi resistance? Good. Now we're expecting what? 100% happiness. 100% happiness is not coming from external. It should be coming from internal. Do you have the potential for the 100% happiness? If you don't have the potential, no matter how much you squeeze, no matter how much effort that you put in, 100% happiness will never come out. No oil will come out. You're getting it? Do you have this potential? This is the question. You're getting it? So the answer, according to Charles Darwin, no, you don't have this potential. Why? You have the basic emotions: attachment, aversion, fear. As long as you have these three emotions, you are never happy. You getting it? Anger. When the anger was a feeling like agitation. How many agree with me? When the anger, the feeling is agitation. You're not happy. How many of you wake up early morning? I'm so excited today, I'll be angry. Right? Nobody looks forward to anger. You getting it? Okay. So Charles Darwin said that you are doomed to have anger. You are doomed to have attachment. You are doomed to have fears in life. Fear, nobody wants it. You're bound to have these emotions. Because these three emotions, they are instincts. In a way, these are given to you by evolution, human evolution. Human evolution, our ancestor, the first ancestor, 4 billion years ago, our first ancestor, which is a unicellular organism. Okay, expert here. Biotechnology, right? Yes. Okay, so normally, biotechnologist and also the startup. Okay, So the unicellular organism, 4 billion years ago, that was our first ancestor. From there it came down 0.3 million years ago, the first Homo sapien, 0.3 million years ago, more developed ancestor for us. So all along, Charles Darwin argues that these three emotions, they developed to this extent of sophistication since 4 billion years ago, starting from the unicellular organism till now. It was a constant evolution that it has become instinct now. You cannot get rid of these are instincts. In other words, what implicitly what he's saying is that 100% happiness is not possible for us, because these three emotions we cannot get rid of, and these three emotions invariably they're attached with the feeling of unease. You getting it? Because the Buddha, 2,500 years ago, Buddha said, yes, we can get rid of these emotions. These three emotions, are they instincts? The Buddha would say, yes, they are. Can we remove them? Yes, we can remove them. For Charles Darwin, no, we cannot remove them. These are required for your survival. These are the survival tools for the Homo sapiens. Whereas for Buddha, for ordinary beings, they use these three things as survival tools. But if you are very smart, these three things are not required. These three things always come with the side effects of the unease. Whereas we can get rid of these and we can have the best of the survival tool, well effective survival tool, which is this skillful compassion. Not just compassion, but skillful compassion. Compassion is what? Embracing others. You embrace others, others take advantage of you. So you require skillfulness. That people cannot take advantage of you, yet you continue to shower compassion on others. Where with the extension of your compassion to others, your happiness grows. And with skillfulness, people cannot take advantage of you. You getting it? So you will not go into compassion fatigue. Right? People go through what is known as compassion fatigue or burnout. You will never go through these if you have this skillful compassion. So Buddha rendered alternative for what Charles Darwin said as the instincts, attachment, aversion, and fear. So Buddha rendered the alternative way more effective without any side effects. This is skillful compassion. So it is two elements: skillfulness given by wisdom, and then the compassion. This combined together becomes the best of the tool for your survival, for your ultimate happiness, and for the happiness of all others. Okay, so the question is, do you have this potential? As Rashmi said, that handful of sunflower seeds has the potential for oil. Handful of sand doesn't have the potential for oil. Do you have the seed or the potential inside for infinite happiness? So this takes us to the next topic, which is known as the Buddha nature. It takes us to the concept known as Buddha nature. When we talk about Buddha nature, Buddha nature in Tibetan, this is Sangye Girik. Sangye is Buddha. Nature is the Rig, Sangye Girik, Buddha nature, Sangye Girik. When you say Buddha nature, don't think of Buddhism. You getting it? People oftentimes, the moment the word Buddha comes, you attach this with the Buddhism. Don't attach this with Buddhism. Buddha is a Sanskrit word. It simply means awakened one. Awakened. It's not that only if you are a Buddhist you can be awakened. Anybody can be awakened. Right? Anybody can be awakened. It's not necessary that you should be Buddhist to be awakened. Anybody can be awakened. So anybody can become a Buddha. You getting it? Okay, some of you who are staunch Buddhists, they might not be too happy with me. Right? Okay, so this is the reality. That anybody can be awakened. This is reality. So the point is that, do you have the seed of awakening? Right? Do you have the seed of awakening? And some of you may be interested or curious to know why he's attaching this word awakening to the potential for maximum happiness. You getting it? Why is it attaching these two things? What are the two things? Awakening, Buddha, awakening with maximum happiness. In what way these two are connected? You getting it? Okay, very quickly. How many of you had the experience of nightmares in your life? At least one time. Okay, nightmares? Okay. And how's that pleasant? No, it's not good. Okay. Anybody who likes to share your experience with nightmare? Yes, over there.
Last night I dreamt that a lot of throwing stones.
Oh! They dreamt of a monk throwing stones. Oh! Oh! Okay. Okay. So here I'm encouraging you to question. Don't worry. Right? Don't worry. Okay. But when I say don't worry, it doesn't mean that you keep asking questions. Right? The point is that we should be extremely skillful. Skillful. Say, if the two demons are gone, say becoming monk, becoming a nun, these are the means. These are not the end. These are the means to get rid of the two demons. You getting it? Means you are yet to reach the end. You are yet to reach the end means you still have the two demons. But the two demons will make you throw stones at yourself and will make throw stones at others. You getting it? So we should be very sensitive that say be smart. Be smart. I say if you questions, just say you ask the question, and if the person doesn't have the answer, don't push too much, because we think of compassion. You're getting it? Whereas, don't think that, for example, say the system doesn't have the answer. The person may not have the answer, is fine. You're getting it? It's not the person expert. A person knows everything of Buddhism. You're getting it? So, as I say, some people can be very short-tempered person. They can really throw stone at you. Right? In fact, in the monastic universities, big Buddhist monastic universities, that whole training is about throwing questions. This training. And but the younger ones, they are not really sensitive, they are not matured. Right? Okay, to what extent I can ask question? Because you have to see the other person. Whether the other person is competent enough to give the answer. If the person cannot give the answer, why should you to push yourself to ask question all the time? Right? So this young monk was very insensitive to somebody who's not a Buddhist, and he learned the skill of asking questions. He started asking questions, and the other person didn't have the answer. So other person said, "Okay, monk, do you want to answer? Are you serious?" And the monk was very naive. Said, "Yes, I want to answer." And the man said, "If you want to answer, go to that room. Go to that room, you'll get the answer." What is that? Go to the room, and the person come with a stick, beat you up. Right? So what I'm saying is that this monk did not know that this is the implication that other person's saying. So in other words, what I'm saying is that, say, the questions should not be stopped. Questions should not be suppressed. Questions are very precious. But you have to know to whom to ask a question. You're getting it? Okay, good. Little bit digression. This is nightmare. Okay, let's say that and then you wake up. Your name? Tom. You wake up, you are happy, not happy? No, you are happy or not happy?
I was glad to wake up.
Huh?
I was glad to wake up.
Glad you wake up. You're getting it? Which means happy. You're getting it? Okay. In the dream, you're very unhappy. Right?
So I had a little bit of a sense of the dream.
Okay, unhappy. You are unhappy. You are unhappy. And I wouldn't say you're very unhappy. I would say unhappy. You woke up, you're glad. You're getting it? It's the same person. In the dream, Waking up is the same person. Why you were unhappy in the dream?
Because I took the dream as reality.
Yes, I thought the dream was real. Thinking the dream is real is ignorance or wisdom? Ignorance. What is the outcome? Unhappiness. Wake up. Tom was glad. You getting it? So, why he was glad waking up? To know that the dream was not real. Knowing the dream is not real is wisdom or ignorance? Wisdom. What's the outcome? Gladness, happiness. The unhappiness dissolves. You getting it? So ignorance, outcome is fear, unhappiness. The wisdom, the outcome is gladness, happiness, ease, freedom. You getting it? Okay. What is freedom? The real freedom is freedom from the ignorance. Freedom from believing things as real. That is real freedom. In the dream, if Tom is aware that this is just my dream, he will not be unhappy. Right? So the joy that he had waking up will be there in the dream also. But why he did not have the pleasant feeling in the dream was because he believed that to be real. You get him? Which is ignorance. So ignorance outcome is fear and unhappiness. Opposite of ignorance is wisdom. What's the outcome? Liberation, happiness, and ease. You getting it? Okay, what do you want? I want the maximum happiness. So now, the point is that when you wake up, when you in the dream, there's a pleasant dream, unpleasant dream, right? All sorts are there. Even though it's a pleasant dream, still there's an element of ignorance. Believing the dream is real, this is ignorance. Even the pleasant dream. You're getting it? So the greatest of the happiness is being freed from all vulnerabilities. Freed from or getting the total freedom. Getting total freedom from ignorance. That is the greatest of freedom. You're getting it? Okay. So all forms of fears, unease in the dream, all forms of, say, let me give you another example. Let's say unpleasant dream and an extremely pleasant dream. How many of you had extremely pleasant dreams at least once in your lifetime? Raise hands. Okay, good. Let's say however pleasant the dream is and however unpleasant dream is, there are many things in common between them. Is there anybody who likes to share with us as to what are some of the common things between the pleasant dream and unpleasant dreams? Anyone? Raise hands. Pleasant dreams? Okay, yes, the lady here, your name?
My name is Asta.
Asta, yes.
The common features between unpleasant and pleasant dreams, I think, are that some sort of familiar people are there, familiar surroundings are there.
Okay, in both cases that the familiar people are there, familiar surroundings is there. Very good. Anyone else? Okay, Kamalji.
Both are imaginary. Both are imaginary.
Okay, both are imaginary. Please tell me something which the non-philosophers like us don't understand it. So the dream is imaginary, but not the oh yeah, both imaginary. That's true. True, both imaginary. Good. Thank you, Kamalji. Over there, Jacob. I say it again. Please speak slow. You know they yes. Okay, they are both based on ignorance and come from within us, from the mind, created by mind. Very good. Very good. Anyone else? Okay, Laura. Huh? Oh, in both cases, we're asleep. Good. Ben?
In both cases, we have no control over the dream.
Okay, so this is a very important point. Okay, let's say that, by the way, do you know that Venerable Samala is organizing audience for all of us with His Holiness the Dalai Lama? You know that? Huh? Huh? How many like to have the audience? Raise hands. How many you like to have the audience with His Holiness? Okay, let's say that it was a dream, right? And you have a nice dream of Venerable Samala taking us to His Holiness, to the audience with His Holiness. And then His Holiness tells Venerable Samala, hey Venerable Samala, why not we have a cup of tea together? Wow, now you're not only having audience, but having a cup of tea with His Holiness. How many of you are so happy? Raise hands. Okay. How many of you like to have this dream tonight? Raise hands. How many of you like to have this dream tonight? Raise hands. Very good. How many of you will have this dream tonight? Raise hands. How many of you will have this dream tonight? Raise hands. No one. Why not? It's a very pleasant dream. Why not? Why you are not going to have this dream tonight? Why not? Raise hands. Jane, why not? Jane? We cannot control the dream. You're getting it? By the very definition, the dream is something which we don't have the control of. We don't have the freedom. You're getting it? You're looking for freedom or non-freedom? You're looking for freedom or lack of freedom? You're looking for freedom. You're getting it? Dream by the very definition is without freedom. You're getting it? So dream is lack of freedom and you want the freedom. If you want the freedom, what should you do? Dewala? No, from the dream, in the dream, you have the lack of freedom. So, pleasant dream, unpleasant dream, there, and then suddenly somebody says, you need freedom. So what should you do? Wake up. You're getting it? Wake up to get the total freedom. You're getting it? So waking up is known as Buddha. You're getting it? So Buddha means waking up. Waking up, you do get the total freedom. Total freedom is the maximum happiness. You're getting it? So waking up and the maximum happiness, these two connected in that sense. You got it? Okay. So with this, what we learned is that we all have the potential to wake up. You get it? We all have the potential to wake up from the sleep of ignorance. You're getting it? We all have the potential. And the waking up is securing the maximum freedom. And maximum freedom is the maximum happiness. The next question is, how do we know that we can wake up from the sleep of ignorance? Right? Okay, let me give an example before we leave for the short break. Okay, by the way, the group discussion, any plan? Split? Division? Okay, not yet done. Okay, so basically, I would say that you were a little unwell. You okay now? Okay, so through Venerable Tinsala's instruction, because that Venerable Tinsala knows how the group discussion works. Raise your hands those who are from the early retreats here, Thosamling, and in other places like Deer Park, Tushita. So some of my retreats. Raise hands. Okay, so we see that those who know about this group discussion, I would say, Nicola, you can help Tenzala to split into groups, and particularly those people who are already into the Master's course. So if possible, try to identify and spread them. Spread them up, spread them so that the groups, and then even the groups, we don't make them too small, don't make them too big. Like total they are like 50. So we can, so we can make like 3 groups. 3 groups is good enough. So Nicola will help Venerable Tenzin allowed to create this 3 groups and split the groups in say where the people who are aware of this knowledge they are spread. Okay. So next is that the what is that potential for the full awakening or potential for the infinite happiness? What is the potential? For this we need some examples. I need to explain this. This is known as the Buddha nature, seed of awakening, seed of perfect happiness. Each one of us, it doesn't matter you are Buddhist or non-Buddhist, doesn't matter. Everybody has this seed of perfection. Everybody has it. So the number one is by example. We need to know this, and then later gradually we should get conviction that it's actually I have the Buddha nature, seed of perfection within me. This conviction must come to you. Okay, so let's say that the say at the moment here is very pleasant weather-wise. Otherwise in Delhi at the moment, although it's not too hot, but still we need to drink a lot. And if the water that the only water that you get is a very dirty water, like the river next to Delhi, Yamuna River, which is not at all healthy for drinking, right? So say somebody and they brings a glass of water from Yamuna River and give it to you. You are very thirsty. You like drink it? No, it's very dirty. You don't want to drink it. You subject the same water to the purification process. All this water that you get, the bottled water, you get these through the purification process, right? Only through that purification process, like reverse osmosis, ultrafiltration, and so forth. And finally, you get very clean water from the same source, Yamuna, dirty water. Very clean water comes out. You want to drink it now? Yes, it's very clean now. You want to drink it. Okay. Now tell me, this clean water came from where? This is my question. Don't forget this. Say, other example that I'd like to give you is, say, like this brass singing bowl. And I see that someone has a golden singing bowl, a pure gold singing bowl, right? And okay, so this dirty water, we can purify this and make it clean water. So this singing bowl, brass singing bowl, I want to make it a golden singing bowl. So what do? You remove the brass particles. What happens? It will turn into golden singing bowl. Hey, remove the brass particles, it will become a golden singing bowl. No. What happens? Hey, singing bowl will disappear. You're getting it? Right? With the dirty water, remove the dirt, the water doesn't disappear. Instead, the water becomes very clean. Right? Whereas with the singing bowl, you remove the brass elements, then singing bowl disappears. It will not become gold. So where lies the difference? Why the water, instead of disappearing, water becomes very clean. Why the singing bowl, instead of becoming gold, the singing bowl disappears. We remove the brass particles. Why? Quick, somebody. Raise hands. Sherry Pema. Sherry Pema, yes. Whereas there's no gold in the brass singing bowl. And here, Carolina. No, give that. Don't say same. Even if you have to repeat the word, repeat the word.
Okay, yeah, I just saying the brass doesn't have the potential to be gold.
Dirty water?
And the water has the potential to be clean.
Okay, how many agree with Carolina, Sherry Pema, raise hands? Good. In other words, the dirty water, however dirty the water is, the true nature of the water is not dirty. True nature of the water is so clean. The potential for the purity is there. That is the true nature. Whereas in the case of the brass singing bowl, the true nature of the brass singing bowl is not the gold. It's the brass. When you remove the brass particles, you are removing the true nature of the brass singing bowl. When you remove the dirt from the water, you are not removing the true nature. You are removing the adventitious nature. You remove the adventitious nature, and when the adventitious nature is removed, what is left? the true nature manifests. What's the true nature of the water? Purity. Purity manifests. So this purity did not come from anywhere else. It's right there in the water in a dormant state. And when you remove the dirt, what is in the dormant state, the true nature becomes manifest. Likewise, our mind is not like the brass singing ball, it is like the dirty water. However dirty, how defiled our mind is, if you remove the metal dirt, then the true nature of mind will manifest in the form of infinite compassion, infinite wisdom, and infinite power. You getting it? Your mind will manifest into these. When these three things are manifested, you have attained the maximum happiness. All the same, infinite compassion was the opposite of infinite compassion. Selfishness. Selfishness is gone. What's the opposite of infinite wisdom? Ignorance. Ignorance is gone. You getting it? So these two demons are gone completely. So these two demons are gone completely. What attracts the misery is all gone. Of the two factors, external factor, internal factor gone. Now do okay. Now pull out your hand. One hand out. No, two hands, one hand. Hey, don't slap somebody. Right? Okay, do it. No sound. Sound of the misery stops. Your misery stops. You getting it? So, what is the next question? Wow, if this is your true nature, is extremely inspiring. Right? It's very, very hopeful. The next question, how to awaken these, how to remove the mental dirt so that the true nature manifests. How to remove the mental dirt. Okay, we'll stop here. Deyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgati Bodhi Swaha Dhyata Gati Paragati Parasamgati Bodhi Swaha Dhyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgati Bodhi Swaha